Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video. Like a lot of you guys, I follow Lord Knight, and I saw this video where he talked about Snap in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I decided, you know what, let me see what you guys think about it. So I took to Discord and the community portion of my YouTube channel to ask you guys what you thought about Snap. Now for those of you guys who are out of the loop and maybe just don't know, maybe you're a little newer to the game, in Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, it became a massive tactic in order to pin the opponent in the corner and snap their characters in and out. Now let's break down really quick what the Snap meta used to be, that way anybody who just bought the game during Season 3, they can kind of get filled in. And also, to make matters worse, as if it wasn't bad enough, there was also fuzzies in the game. Now, fuzzy is essentially when your opponent traps you in a certain type of block. So they'll go ahead and hit you low, you're stuck blocking low, and they'll hit you with an overhead and there's nothing you can do about it. So larger characters like Z Broly, Janemba, Cooler, they would get destroyed by this. And even smaller characters can still get fuzzy. So this led to situations where you would literally be stuck in the corner, and if you're fighting a competent player, a person who knew how to actually utilize the Snap meta, then you weren't playing the game. The game essentially turned to a one-player game while the opponent demolished your whole entire team, and your best hope was to wait for your character to die so you can return back to neutral and get back into the game with the hopes of maybe returning the favor to your opponent. But by then, a lot of your characters lost most of their health. And mind you, this wasn't so easy to block against. This wasn't as simple as, oh, just hold back, bro. Like, you had to worry about 50-50 mix-ups, cross-ups, you had to worry about high-low mix-ups, like, you had to worry about so many different things that you essentially were doomed to get opened up. Now, in Season 3, they let us go ahead and delay when we come in after being snapped. And they also made it so like that, you can't fuzzy anymore. They just completely took it out of the game. So this effectively destroyed the whole entire Snap meta. That's not to say that snapping isn't strong, it's just not what it used to be. Now I know, this mechanic isn't exactly well received amongst the community, with a lot of people hating it, but I personally like it. Or at least, at worst, I'm indifferent to it. I think right now it's in a good place. But before, it was completely and utterly broken, that's for sure. Jumping over to what you guys think, we got Mr. Popo who says they wouldn't really mind Snap if it returned as long as fuzzies stayed away. Because having fuzzies and Snap made the person who was defending just not really be able to interact at all. They were better off just leaving their controller untouched. But Shinde says they don't really mind Snap at all. It's a great tool in order to take away health that you worked to get off in the first place. And it lets you mess up their team composition, which is really important. Like, for example, if I know somebody's got an anchored Broly, I'm calling that guy in ASAP. But Priest over on YouTube, they're indifferent to it, as is Edward and Bernard. But VIP here thinks it's way too oppressive. Now, the Risen pretty much hit the nail on the head. They talk about how the person who was using the Snap can essentially lock the opponent out of the game, and just makes it an extremely unfun experience. And you know, I think this is essentially why they patched it out. Because, let's be real, if they really cared about how overpowered it was or how oppressive it felt, then Gogeta wouldn't have a one-hit kill that's so easy to get. And UI Goku would have gotten nerfed a long time ago. But I think a lot of the changes they make in this game are more so based on the fun factor. Right? How interactive is it, and how fun is it to go against, and how fun is it to do? When you're just rinse, washing, and repeating the same process over and over again, while for some that might be fun, for most who aren't really playing competitively, that's not really why they play games. They're not going to take the time to learn those kind of tactics. And for these people, those kind of mechanics become very, very unfun to play against. And I think, once again, this is why they make a lot of the changes that they end up making. And to be honest, I'm glad it's out of the game. I think anything that gives both players a chance to get out of a bad situation is a good balance to make, right? You shouldn't be punished that severely for making one mistake in a game. And when you are punished that severely, it feels unfair. It doesn't feel like it was earned, it doesn't feel like it was justified, and you feel almost ripped off when you're on the receiving end of it. Unless there's an equally balanced way to be defensive and get out of the situation. Because then at that point, if you got stuck in that bad spot, it's more so your fault because you had the tools to get out. But that wasn't the case with Snap. So I think the way Snap works now is actually really good, and I actually like the mechanic quite a lot. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's have a bit of a discussion. Do you like Snap the way it is now and the way it used to be? Do you hate it, or are you indifferent to it? But I think on that note, that pretty much wraps up the video. If you guys enjoyed it, remember to hit the like button. It helps us out a bunch. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, become part of this incredible community. I'd love to catch you guys in tomorrow's video. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching to the end. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, but until then, have yourselves a wonderful day.